What's up, everyone? How we doing? How is everyone doing? Good morning from Puerto Rico. It is a beautiful day. The sun just started peeking through the clouds a little bit. Nice little view out my balcony over here, and we're going to do some live trading this morning. We are going to do the same thing we always do. We'll look at a few different things with Edgeful, of course. Get the data in our favor, make sure we have probabilities on our side, and we'll see what goes on in the market. Earnings have been going on like crazy. This tariff talk and all the macro stuff going on. It's an ongoing battle. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the comments. Any questions? If you have questions, if you have watch list, or if you're watching something, jump in the chat. Let me know. Somebody give me a thumbs up. Somebody let me know if I sound okay. Like I said, I'm portable here, so I brought my stuff. I put a picture up on my X account if you're curious what my Airbnb setup looks like here. But it's a fun time. I honestly have not even been to the beach yet. I've been here for 3 days, almost. Let's see, day 4. Haven't even been to the beach yet because I've been so busy trading and the earnings season and everything. But we'll enjoy it. We'll see if we can make some money this morning. All right. See some people jumping in the chat. Mike, good morning to you, sir. Avocados, I see that. KB, great question. Let's start off the day with a great question. So NFP, let's clarify this real fast. NFP, I only mark NFP levels on QQQ and SPY. That's what's important to me. When it comes to QQQ and SPY, the levels are always the levels. With futures, so if you trade NQ, if you trade ES, if you look at your futures, there is drift, right? There's a spread between the future price, which is what we're trading, a futures contract. So between the futures price and spot price, there's a spread. That spread is ever shrinking as we get towards expiration. So March is our next expiration. The closer we get to March expiration, the closer price gets to spot. So there's a drift there. So even though you see an NFP level on QQQ, it may be in a different place on NQ because of that drift. So me personally, I don't even pay attention to the NFP levels on futures. I know some people still use it as a reference point. I personally only look at it on QQQ. All right, we hit that one. Who else is in the chat this morning? Who we got? We got Chad. What's up, Chad? I see you in the chat. Brian's the NVIDIA killer. Brian, good to see you. Benjamin, good morning, Benjamin. Loud and clear. Appreciate the check-in there. I never know, you travel, you have different setups. I don't know if things are plugged in right. So something not going well, please let me know and we'll see what we can do. Sound is good. Appreciate that, Gold. Who else we got in the chat this morning? Que lo que, I see you doing it wrong. I got to hit up the beach. Yeah, I'm in San Juan. I'm actually in Isla Verde, Carolina. So like San Juan's across the street. Essentially, it's like right here. The airport's literally like across the street from me, basically, and the beach is across the street over here in front of me. So it's a beautiful spot. We do have 5 minutes till the open, so we do want to get into it a little bit, checking out the different place. Who all do we have in here? I see you, B. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Let's go. Crossroads. Everyone, I see all of you in here. Awesome. Good to see you, Morris. Hey, I will help all I can. It's a path, right? So trading is a journey. You never get there, but what you do is you always improve and create a better path. You learn as you go. Screen time, I think, is massive. Learning from good traders, obviously, is a good thing. It's what's brought me along. But developing a strategy, working on your psychology is another big thing that you have to focus on. Having a winning system with some type of edge in the market, and that's what we're here with Edgeful, of course. We go look at these data points, and we can see if this happens 80% of the time, I don't need to be fighting that, right? I need to go with that. So I need to find whatever edge I can find in the market to have probabilities in my favor. You're not going to win every single trade. The question is to win, or the goal is to win over the long term, right? So Stick with it. Learn as much as you can. Soak it all up. Awesome. Okay? Okay, you used to live down here in NPR. That's beautiful. Beautiful place. I love it down here. Guys, let's take a little bit of a deeper look at, before we look at anything, the real thing, KB. I don't know how I didn't say this. The psychology, I guess this falls under it, but risk management, massive, massive thing. Stop gambling. Take base hits. You're just trying to get on base with every trade. Get on base. You'll see my trading style. I take a trade. It goes in my favor after an entry. I'm automatically trimming. I'm de-risking that trade. I'm locking in some type of profit. I'm lessening what I can lose immediately. And if that continues to go in my favor, I'm going to continue to ride it. If it doesn't, I'm going to get out, and I can always take another trade. But we want to play the long game. We want to stay in the long game. All right, let's take a look at some charts here. So here's our daily on QQQ. You can see the point of control is this right here, right where this big node is, and you can also see the other one here. So we move back and forth between these two areas where this lower volume is pretty easily. You see the daily 20 and 50 moving averages are right here. So we're back above those. We gap down again. So we gap down last Sunday night. We gap down 2 weeks ago, I guess. All right, hold on. We're back. Hold on, I lost connection there for a second. Let me exit out of some further things here. I think maybe have too many things running on my system here. Sorry about that. Hopefully the sound and stream is back just fine. But yeah, we're looking at QQQ. We're looking at the daily. We're looking at where we're at. This is a very positive look, right? So we've come down and back tested basically this breakout. You see this. I've got the all-time high marked up here. We're in a good spot. I mean, obviously this is resistance. You look at this top here, this top, this top, this top. So we're at some resistance, but we'll have to see what happens. Earnings have not been good. We are moving up nicely here. So if I zoom in, let me zoom in a little bit here so we can take a look. Let's just go down to the 5 minutes so we can see what's happening. Guys, if you've been following my streams, I've had the same box drawn from 430 to 560 forever. And as you can see, we're still chugging around this box. Like look at where we came down to last night. I have not touched this box. There, you can see the edge of it right there. I have not touched this box. I drew it a month ago, and it's continued to be a very key level. You basically saw the same things over there on the QQQ daily chart. But this biggest key levels I'm watching is that right there, 430 at the bottom side, 560 up here at the top side. The pivot point's smack in the middle of that. So there's some very key areas that we can look to play off of down here. And then let me hide this one real fast. Let's see. Let's do that. Market just opened. I'm not going to take a trade right here at the open, even though we are at a very interesting spot. I'm not going to take a trade just yet, but we will see what happens. Bookmap, nothing super convincing. There are some orders up 600 on NQ and not much below us. So we'll note that and see what it looks like. All right. So this is the golden retrace of the gap down from Sunday. That's where I was going with this. There's a golden retrace. This is the midpoint. If we go back to this gap down right here, boom, this one, that's what we're that's what we're looking at here. So I've got some of these purple key levels. Let me delete this one from the other day. We had these last week on the stream. Let me know what you guys are watching as well. We'll take a look at everything, but here is kind of the first look at it. Right there, okay. And let me pull up previous day's range from Edgeful. We've got the gap fill on. I've got my NFP levels on, and we'll get the orb set here shortly. We are, let's see. All right. Where are we at? QQQ, we are down $3, so our gap fill is going to be all the way up here. It's a decent sized gap. We'll measure that out in a moment and see. If you guys haven't looked at the new Edgeful, it looks fantastic, by the way. So easy. I go straight to what's in play. I click straight on NQ or QQQ over here. Let's hit QQQ real fast. Look how fast. I just click on that, and now I have all this right here. So all those reports I've shown you before where I was scrolling, we've got even a better setup now. Orb is still forming here. IB, of course, still forming, but we do have a gap fill to watch. It's 0.52%. Let's go ahead and pull the stats on this and take a look and see what that looks like by size. Here by size. And 0.5, let me get those stats pulled up. All right, so gap down, we are 50-50 on this. 50-50, what is this sound coming out? We are not gonna deal with that, hold on. All right, I don't know what that sound was in my ear, but it's gone. Big pull down, immediately bought up off of VWAP and the EMA so far. Look at this just tracking up all morning. For those that weren't around yesterday, or maybe you are and just haven't checked in this morning, we do need to look at what's going on. So Broadcom, the 6th largest weighted stock in NASDAQ, Broadcom is up nicely, had some positive news, I believe. NVIDIA also up very strong. Google reported some pretty strong CapEx spend numbers. So even though Google is way down here, 8%, they missed on revenue and they missed on cloud services. AMD is also, I have it down, and I don't even keep it on my main watch list anymore, but AMD is also down right at 10%. Poor AMD. Just poor AMD. But some other things, I mean, we got Meta's still green here. Netflix slightly red. Microsoft slightly green. Amazon's getting hit with that as well in the cloud stuff. Tesla's kind of just doing Tesla things back and forth. So we'll see what we get. A couple minutes, we'll get that gap fill. Oh! So the biggest thing for me today is this right here. So 560 to 575. Over that, I'm long. And under this, I'm shorting back to here or down to here. If we lose down here, then I'm definitely looking for lower. If we lose 400 to 430, I'm looking to come test these lows again. 250s down here, maybe 300 first, maybe 320. Upside, we saw those orders. So we have gap fill start on here. Let's get that one off. So we do need to keep our eyes up here. So this is the golden retrace as mentioned. We did not make it into the 700s yesterday. If we do somehow get a bullish move and break over this and we're able to push through 600, 650, I would love to take out yesterday's high and go up here if we can. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we'll see what happens. does look like some buyers are decently, buying the dip on some of these names, even though a lot of those big names are struggling. Let's see what SPY's doing so far this morning. SPY much stronger. Look at that, much stronger. SPY is probably going to come fill this gap, if I had to guess. I'm not worried about the economic data. We don't really have much today. I didn't pull this up yet, like I always do, but I looked at it this morning. We do want to be careful if we're going to trade at 10 a.m. With this data that comes out, maybe 9:45. We just so we're aware that it's happening, but I don't think it's going to be a massive thing to worry about. Let's go to SPY real fast on this gap fill report. SPY, oh yeah, SPY's gap is definitely a strong chance of filling. So we need to look to play the upside. If you're trading ES, I would look to play the upside on ES for sure. 82% that we're going to fill this gap on SPY right here. That's a pretty strong. I mean, I think you're looking at taking something long, and let's see if it brings QQQ with it. QQQ's gap much higher, but at least to here, I think QQQ is going to come to here, which if we get over right where we're at, is what I'm saying is a problem area. Then yeah, I think we try to play at least for SPY to fill the gap. So let's keep that on watch here. But yeah, upper target probably up here 750 would be the dream target today, dream team, and then under 400 maybe down to this 330, 320 area on the downside of NQ. No trades yet so far. Let's get some of the morning stuff going here. Let's get the orb set. Here's our orb low so far, orb high. Boy, I think I am maxing out. So here's the spot. I'm not going to short here, even though this is the short zone that I was talking about. I'm not going to short here because of that gap fill. So we're going to stay away from that because SPY should go fill this gap, which I think pulls the rest of the market. QQQ may or may not fill the gap. It's 50-50 shot, but I'm not going to short right here. And look at that. We're pushing through it. We're in an uptrend. I'm not going to short this area because of the gap fill stats. It's 80% chance we're going to keep going. Daily 9 EMA is at 580. That's basically right where we're at. Good eye, KB. I always love if you guys are in the chat and you see stuff, let me know. I'm trying to watch as much as I can. Usually you guys see behind me, I have, a second monitor and stuff. How do I switch this? I don't know how to switch these two. There we go. Interesting. Usually behind me, you see I have all the monitors and stuff. Obviously today, don't have that. I don't have that. So keep your eyes out for me. But I do have I have Bookmap on a tablet. I have the TV screen hooked up to my laptop as well as a portable monitor. So I've got 3 screens I'm watching here. Doing what I can, trying to make money. On this workcation, not even a vacation. This is a workcation. And watch, I'm not going to take this short because I really don't have good confidence of where it can come back to. Even if it comes down, here, I'm going to look to take the long. Honestly, if it comes down here, I'm going to look to take the long. I'm not thinking short right here. Even if it plays out, and look, you should get some selling up here because that's that zone, right? But because of the data from Edgeful that tells me that SPY is going to go fill that gap, I'm just not going to touch it. I really, before I play short, I need to see this fill at some point this morning. So I'm probably going to stay on the long side until that. If anything, I kind of want to start to buy along That's actually very tempting. The problem is we're a little extended from these EMAs, but I kind of want to scale into a long again. Yeah, this 560, man. This 560 is stuck out on. It's crazy right here. This top of this box, like I said, I mean, look, I can zoom out. This box, look, I drew this box all the way back here on this day. Back in December, I drew this box, so it's almost 2 months. But I drew this box, and look how long, this 560 is just the 560 is the level right now on NQ. This kind of looks flaggy, right? So you could even say this part is a bear flag, but you could also say this is kind of like a flag, and it held right, look at that, right at the bottom of that box right there. KB, you snipe that dip. Let's go. KB, snipe the dip. Hopefully my internet hangs in here today for us. And again on Friday. Maybe off the EMAs down here, 550 is right where this is. Maybe you take that. That's a tough long though, because this to me is so trappy. Because we should go up higher. I like that dip buy. Honestly, I like the dip buy probably a little bit more here. 533. I think I got too many services running on this. Here, I'm going to take this chart off. We're just going to run these two charts. There we go. All right, I closed out a few more applications on my laptop to see if that helps us with that. Yeah, services PMI. So we have the services PMI, and we have the ISM, or we have the S&P Global one, and then the ISM stuff coming out. And what's that right now? All right, watch out for the data coming out right now. I still like that long, KB. I still like it. I think it's going to go, I think we're going to go fill this gap. That's a lot of green candles in a row too, so I'm definitely looking to fade on a gap fill up here. All right, that's the overnight gap session. So from right here to where we gap down to, I could see an argument for a long and a short, which means I'm not going to do it. Great trade. Great trade, KB. 20 points. Cannot be mad about that at all. It's a good start to the day. You get a little base under you for the day. Great job. Great start to the day. Like I said, my bias is up, 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 up until that gap fills, especially on SPY. Until we get up here. That's when I'll start thinking otherwise. Now, the other side of this, if this comes down, if we do come down, then I'm still looking to long to fill this gap. So I could potentially long from lower, maybe down here somewhere. See what bookmap looks like over here. A lot of buying on the tape this morning too. Let's see. Nvidia up 2.5%. Meta having a great morning, up 1.5%. Microsoft slightly green. Broadcom just hanging out, not really doing much. Amazon and Google still struggling. Netflix green. Okay. 12 minutes, we'll get the orb. I have not taken a trade yet. Not taking a trade. I did get an energy drink. I don't know. I had a Celsius earlier the other day, but I bought some Cyclone. I don't know. It's not bad. 0 sugar. There we go. Great question here, Algo. All right, so let's look at the gap. Yesterday's closing price is right here. Right here. Yesterday's closing price is right here. So the true gap, the day by day, so like if you look at a daily chart, you're going to see it there even clearer. This is where price closed yesterday. I don't pay attention to some of the after hours and pre-market stuff, but the cash session, the New York session, right, from 9:30 to 4, this is where we closed price yesterday. I'm looking for us to retrace and touch that price, especially when new high right there on NQ. Great trade, KB. We get back to SPY. .19%. This even tells me that it's bullish. Bullish bias. Bullish bias. Here, let me all right, so here's the buy size. So I'm trying to get this information out. So 6 months worth of data, this is telling me, well, gap down is 83%. 83%. All right. Yeah, so Algo, just to finish up, sorry, I was looking at a couple different things there. Just to finish your question here, the gap right here is based, and I'm looking to buy this dip, right? I'm looking to buy it. Right in here. Until this fills, I'm not trading short until this fills. So this is where we close price. That stat showed that it's 83% chance we come back and touch this. 83% chance. You also have this gap from here to here, overnight gap. I do keep an eye on that. If you look QQQ, that's exactly what it's running into. So this is where price closed after hours trading, and that's where we're struggling. There's my NFP from December right there on QQQ. I think we come down and touch this. That's probably where I will look to be long. We'll probably try it here. There's the EMA 9 and that 60. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer because if we can come down here, I like the shot a little bit better. But yes, previous day closing price, cash close, cash session close, New York close. That's exactly what it is. What's the logic to calculate the probability of being high or low to close the gap? So there's a bunch of ways you can look at it. So you can look at it by day. Like if I pull up that report again, let me go to the report. Look, I know I'm talking about, so we'll go back to SPY. We're talking about SPY. So this is in general. This is every single day that's happened over the last 6 months. So I've got 6 months. Where's my, there it is right there. 6 months worth of data. So I have 6 months worth of data that I'm using here. And what I'm looking at, this is just every day, just standard every day. From there, I can go by size. And this is one that I really like is by size. So based on the size, that probability is very high. Now look, if we gap down, let's say we gap down 1%, 0% chance. If we gap way up 1%, 75% of the time we don't come back and fill that. Let's say it was a 0.8% gap to the upside. Look at this. Look at the stats here. 67% of the time on a gap up, you're not filling it. But look, anytime you gap down, you have a high chance of coming back, even based on these different sizes of the gaps. So that's kind of the logic behind the probabilities and stuff. We're getting a decent little drawdown here. We haven't touched this 21 in a while. There's VWAP is right here. I would be looking to buy until we go fill that gap. I like this NFP level right here for the buy. So where does that line up at? Right in here. All right. Touche. So 530s to 520s. Maybe we buy 500. We do have that data in 5 more minutes. Let's not get chopped up here. I'm not going to short this because I don't want to go against what the bias should be right now. I mean, if you're scalping short off of this upper area, this 575 area, that daily 9 that KB's talking about right here, daily 9's KB, that daily 9 is always an interesting thing, as it can get really choppy, right? Really, really choppy. Guys, as always, if you have any questions, if you're watching anything, I know Brian one day was, we were all over in a video trade with Brian. If you're watching anything, let me know. We'll take a look at it and see. I'm waiting that 5 minutes. We'll get the data. We'll get my 30-minute orb. That is my preference. We'll look at some stats and we will see if we can find a trade. I'm still, I mean, well, there's 600 right there on SPY. I think that's maybe a spot. That's a tough call. This could be a spot right here. All right. About to buy this. About to buy this dip. I'm getting ready to. I'm gonna start taking this. I'm gonna start scaling in a little bit here. All right, there's VWAP. I'm taking a starter right here. 533. It's just a starter though. Yep, I took a long starter right there at VWAP on NQ. That's also December NFP on QQQ right there at the low of this wick. Set some trim. Come on, internet, hang in there. Data, I know data just came out. All right, 30 point gain. I took a trim right here at 575 because we got data coming out. Kaboom. How about that snipe? Ba-boom. All right, we got the data. We got to pull up. I got to put a stop break even on this just because of the data. I'm not going to lose money. I'm not going to get back money. I trimmed a little bit more. I've got a 600. Come on, give me 600. Boom! We got a next trim at 600. Let's go. There's a 70 point trade. Ooh. It's a good day to have a good day, boys and girls. How about that? Boom! What a morning. All right, so I took basically all my trims now. Where are we at on SPY? Did we fill the gap? Not yet, so we still have room. We still have room. That data came out. All right, so let me give an update here on the trade. I took my next trim. I'm looking for... This is a tough call. So we have the orb. We broke the upper side of the orb, which is good news. We hit 600, so I took a trim here, 75. I took a trim here. The 620s is my next area of interest, and then 650. And I told you guys earlier, I honestly really want this up here. I really want that if it happens. However, we could get up into this area, 620 to 650, and SPY fill that gap, and we're looking to get out. Looking to get out. What a morning. I'm moving my stop up here, 5. Where do I want to put? Definitely, I'm already up here on the stop for sure. I'm trying to figure out where I want to move my stop to here. Can we get a 100 point trade to start the day? What do y'all think? Can we get a 100 point trade to start the day? What's my average? 534 or something like that? I don't know if we can get 100 points, but We'll definitely try. We will definitely try. I'm not adding back into this trade. If you're brave, maybe I was braver than you then, but I'm not braver now. What's up, Stock Sniper? Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you stopping by the stream. Stock Sniper is awesome. Mike, appreciate the fire there. How about that trade? That was a good trade. Worked out. They don't all win like that, but hey, we try to have more of those that do than don't. We were patient. We built the thesis. You guys saw it. I don't like this upper wick. Let me tell you that right now. But I do want to stay above. Let's see if we can stay above the EMA 21. Spy is getting slapped right now. Ooh, am I going to get stopped under VWAP here? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. We're out. I'm out. Whoa. Obviously, runners got stopped there. Whoa. Kind of went along again. Trying to see what news. Did y'all have any news that came out there? Sheesh. That looks like news. Trying to figure out what's going on. We broke both sides of the orb. That was fast. Surely we can bounce a little bit here. NVIDIA was unfazed? Yeah, unfazed. Boy, I think I want to be on the long side still. We couldn't get 100 points, but we got 70 or so. What did we get? One trade. 65 is where I got filled. 65 points. And then I got stopped in profit right here. Actually, I got to stop break even, basically, on that last piece of it. All right. Well, that's an ugly candle right there in the middle of the day. gonna wait a little bit. I'm tempted to long down here or blow, even though it's been broken. Yeah, it's tough to long right under VWAP and all these EMAs without coming maybe a little bit further down here to 500. Right here's your pivot point, 506. Oh yeah, forgot. Omni, you forgot to remind me I have my AC clone. Not bad, actually. Not bad for an energy drink. No sugar. All right, now we wait for a good setup. Start the day with a win. You don't just jump into the next trade. You wait for the setup. I mean, it looks like we want to go lower. Was that data bad or something? I scroll Twitter a lot throughout the day, guys, for news, for updates, for stuff that's going on. Right. I don't want to pull it up on my laptop right now and use up all my resources. So you see me down here on the phone. I'm not texting anybody. I am looking. Just to make sure we don't have any tenures coming down. I mean, some of this stuff's good though. All right, let's try to find another trade. I want to get long, but I don't want to get long here. Should have bought it here. I should have bought 500. If you're looking at short, I could see you like wanting to short here. I can't do it. I can see it. I can definitely see the short. What if we come down here and hold or blow, like right here? What is or blow is what? 518? We do have our double break. All that's done. IB is still forming. The IB is going to be the real key one to watch today. There was the dip. Oh, there was the dip. Are we going to hold? What are these other big names doing? NVIDIA is on phase. Look at that. I still want to buy this thing. Or blow right here. I mean, riskier to take a long here. It would be better in this area. If it goes without me, it goes without me. Try it off the pivot point right here long. And stop out under this. Let's see. Yeah, we try it right there and give it down to here. I think that's decent risk reward. Hey, yo. Japan Lab and Intel are going to develop a quantum computer. Look at this. Let's go. Let's go, longs. Let's go. Beautiful. Look at this. Here we go. Now get over the 60. Don't reject my 60. Who else had the 60? One of you guys had 60 as well. Who was it? Maybe scroll back up. KB, was that you? No, it was Omni. Omni. Don't reject here. Get back over and make it support. Resistance is made to be broken. Benjamin, long means you're like bullish. Long means you're buying the market to go up. Short means you are selling the market to go down. That's the basics. Hold in right here, QQQ. Oh, that 60 was tough again, wasn't it? Stupid 60. Hold there, hold there, hold. Hold the line. Hold the line. Yeah, but does that make sense? Does that make sense, Benjamin? So if I'm long, I'm buying here to go up. If I'm short, I'm selling here to go down. This is not looking the best right now. That's a rough rejection right at that 560. I feel like I need to probably exit stage left on this. Sometimes you set your risk and you ride it. Sometimes you take some profit. You see something kind of invalidate, and you're like, something just looks rough. And you're like, all right. Are fund accounts legit? Yes. Funded accounts from prop firms are legit. Do all your research. I'm not going to promote. I'm not sponsored by any prop firms. I don't have any like solid affiliation with them. So make sure you check out, do your own due diligence, right? Make sure you use a reputable firm, everything of that nature. However, I will say that there are obviously some that I do use. I'm not going to say all of that, but either way, I can personally confirm and prove that they are legit, and you do make. They'll pay you out. You make money. You can actually make really good money trading prop firms. It's not super easy, but it is a great way to learn to trade without risking a whole lot of capital. So, all right, now if someone were to exit long, what would that imply? So if you're exiting long, you're trimming, you're selling is what you're doing, because you bought. So now what you bought, you're selling it back to the market, basically. Sometimes you can call it a covering. So a lot of times, normally on the short side, we'll call it covering. But we really need to hold this right here, or it could get ugly. It's looking ugly for sure. Definitely looks ugly here. Looks like it wants that 500 level. Barkin, Fed speaker. Yeah, it's not a secret. Yeah, so I mean I'm public with it on my stuff, but since we have no other sponsors or anything a part of the show. Shout out to Wolf Financial, and shout out to Edgeful, of course, for putting these streams together for everyone. That is all I care about, and that's all we're going to focus on this stream. I'm sure you guys can understand that. We're not going to shout out any prop firms, but you can always DM me. Happy to discuss my thoughts there with anyone that is interested. Where is Orb Low on? It's right here. That looks like an ugly rejection. I'm taking this off. I'm out. Done with that. Even if it works out at this point, the way this price action is, I don't want to be a part of any trade right now. Let's let it resolve itself just a little bit. 9 minutes, we'll get the orb. And watch, I'll exit the. I'll get out of this, and it'll go. Morris, go hit me up in the DMs on my X account. Hit me up in the DMs. I'll be happy to try to share some information with you. Try to do that for anybody that has any questions. I try to answer every single DM. I do get a lot, so bear with me. During the day is very busy with trading and spaces and stuff, but I try to get back to every DM I can and help everyone out. So feel free to hit me up. CLH. Talk about it, just a desk. I've drank 2 of those this week. I'm doing my part, okay? Bonjour. I'm doing my part on on Celsius. I'm trying to buy these, but this Stegum stock, it's just terrible. Look at that. Just it just acts bad. Just acts really bad. I can't do it. I still expect SPY to go fill this gap. Remember, nothing has changed here. Nothing has changed in this statistic that we come fill this. All right, so Morris, DM my personal account. It's Emperador Maximiliano. So EMP Maximiliano. Look for my personal account here at it's this right here. It's on the screen. Hold on. There you go. Hit up my personal account. This is our previous week's range. We're right in the middle of it. Yeah, not worried about. Still holding the NFP for now. And I'll get back to you as I can. All right, so let me check out some more of these comments from you guys as we let this kind of resolve itself here. Like I said, I'm still looking for the upside because I expect SPY to fill that gap. 83% chances, very strong. All right, Benjamin's got another question here. Okay, so if you exit long, you are trimming but still keeping the majority of your shares in the market. Okay, so you don't have shares on, so I'm trading futures, right? So they're contracts. So you're buying and selling futures contracts, which is a bet on the future price of the market. So in futures, it's futures is like buying shares. So it's like I'm buying a share of QQQ or SPY, and as it goes up, I'm selling it for a profit. But shorting is like the opposite. Shorting is like you're selling the market at a certain point and you're looking for the market to go down. I told you guys I was going to get out of that long and it was going to go. Yeah, Benjamin, so it is long and short. So what you're trying to do. Long and short. When it comes to futures, it's simpler. The only thing simpler, I guess, would be buying shares, right? Of like any stock or ETF. You know, ETF SPY is an ETF, QQQ is an ETF of the indices themselves. But yeah, with futures, you're either buying or selling is all you're doing. Buying or selling. Remember what I expect to happen here. This. I expect this right here. I expect SPY to go to this point minimum. Oh, I knew this was probably gonna happen. I can't long into this though either. I'm still here. You never know when you go to an Airbnb what the Wi-Fi looks like. Get over this area, though. Just get over this area. KB, did you ever get long again? It's kind of interesting. I'm looking at the time and sells on NQ right now. There is no size at all. Zero size. I mean, like I filter it to like 7 lot sizing. Honestly, I pay attention more to big size, but man, I'm not seeing any size. Yes, KB. So I took it off because I saw this rejection. I longed here. I trimmed into that right there. I trimmed at that, but then when it came back down, I should have left my original wrist. That's okay. It was just looking rough. And here we go. Let's go, Bulls. All right, we're going to get that IB formed right now, and I want to look at the stats on that. There it is. Boom, it just popped up in real time. It's our size. We have no break of either side. I think we're going to break the upside of the IB here. The stats on this, so we're looking at the initial balance is the first 60 minutes. I know some of you guys in the chat, I've seen you guys look at this before. There's an 82.4% chance on QQQ that we break one side or the other. I'm going to change this indicator now to the first hour. Even though it says orb, the orb you can customize. I just, instead of switching indicators, I'm going to change this to IB. So even though it says orb, it's IB is what I'm looking at. Based on this and these bottom wicks, there's an 82% chance we break one side or the other of this. I'm going to look for the upper side to break because of the rest of my confluence, the gap fill confluence, the price action here, buyer stepping in, pushing up. We should break this. So I want to get long. Honestly, I'd probably get long right here. It's not great risk reward, but I like the longs off this 560. See if it holds 560 for a long. Right there. Let's see if this holds. Oh, 550 maybe holds. Let's see. All right, I bought a little bit right there. Bought a little bit right there. We're gonna go tight risk. Let me get it pulled up here. I'm only gonna risk to like VWAP. So we can risk like 520s, 530s. That's decent risk right there. And this is what we're mainly looking for. KB, you're in? Okay. KB is in. $700 away from passing 250K. Hey, let's go. $700. Now, hey, an important thing I'm going to tell you right now. You're $700 away. that means on the 50K, that means you've done pretty well. Take your time on the $700. And if you get closer, I'll tell you what, there's been times I've been $200, $100 away from passing, and I've completely blown accounts because I was trying to just take swings and get that last $100. Be patient, stick to your process, stay with the data, and let's go. Look at this nice 20-point bounce already. Let's trim into 75 a little bit. I'm long. Yes, I'm long, Omni. That's right there. Boom, I got my trim. Little 25-point trade already. KB is killing it. KB is crushing it. I got the 25 points here. I'm only going to risk now to right here, to be 100% honest. 25-point trade. Let's go break this upper side. Let's break it. Let's break the IB up here. SPY, how's SPY doing? Getting bought up still. Let's go. Let's go break that upper side of the orb. I'm sorry, the IB. KB, I was $13 away, not to one up you. I was $13 away one time. I needed $13, and then all of a sudden I needed 100, and I was like, okay, well, I'll take another swing at it. And then I needed 250, and then I needed like 600, and then I tried to make all that back in a trade. It was terrible risk management, absolutely terrible on my part. Come on, get up there in the 600s. Let's get up here in the 600s. I'm going to put a trim at 600. Look at this wick. Let's go. Come on, push. Yeah, I'm not trying to one-up you, KB, but I've been there. I know a lot of traders have been there. Come on, SPY, let's get moving. I see the hanging man. I do see this hanging man. But because the action's here and it was a pullback to where I liked it, I'm not going to close, but I do see the hanging man. It's a tough candle look here. I don't think it's validated unless this candle closes down here, then I would close or look to close. KB, I think we're going to push. There it is. Come on, push. Get back to 600. Let's see if we can get orb high to break here again and IB high to break on QQQ and SPY. How many points are up? 20 something? Wait, why is this here? Let's go, longs. Somebody ring the choo-choo train. Choo-choo. Push through. And remember, I want this to break. And I want this to break. And I want this to fill. Go up here. Go up here. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm having a good time this morning on the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Definitely make sure you follow Wolf Financial. I put up my personal account a while ago. Make sure you follow me there as well. And make sure you follow Edgeful. And if you haven't tried Edgeful, I'm showing you what it does. I'm showing you in real time. Need some juice for my battery here. Note to self: travel with a power strip next time. That is the one thing I did not bring. One thing I did not bring was a power. Hey, I love this though, KB. Securing profits. Secure profits. I absolutely love it. There we go. Over 47. What does a hangman mean? So a hangman is a candlestick. It looks like this candlestick right here. It's kind of hard to tell. So this red candlestick, because it has a bottom wick with the body up here at the top of a trend, a lot of times you see that as selling pressure. You get to a level and it's selling pressure, but the next candle needs to confirm it. We did break orb high right there. Let's get that IB high break, which is up here. So I have trim sitting at 600 and at 620, 619. Come on in, Q. Let's go. Merci beaucoup. So not only does SPY have 83% chance to go fill the gap up to yesterday's close, it also has an 82% chance of breaking the IB high right here. I like to trade in that direction. Yeah, hangman's a candlestick setup. If I see a good example of it today, I'll show you, Morris. Morris, I love asking questions, though. Absolutely love it. Feel free to ask all the questions you can. It's one of those things where, and I know if you guys can't see I try to do this, so I try to put the chat up here so you guys can see the chat. If I overlay it, it makes the screen really small. But that's what's going on. So those of you that are on YouTube can't see the Twitter chat or the X chat. Those that are on X can't see the YouTube chat. I understand that. I can see it. That's why I highlight them on the bottom of the screen. If I put this up here, it's cool, right? But now you can't really see. It's kind of tough to see the screen a little bit. Hold on, guys. Let me close this door real fast. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a loud truck right outside. Oh, I heard my trim. There's my 600 trim on NQ. Now I'm looking for 620. All right. All right, Cowboy, you got a nice question here. Hey, bro, could you mention which indicators that you use? Is there a list somewhere? All right, so here's what I use. Over here on the left side of my screen, these are probably really small to you, but here's what I use. I'll name them off. So on my main, so I have two chart setups that I use. Just you see I have two tabs up here. On when I'm looking at SPY, which I expect this to break, remember we went over this, expected this to break. We'll go over that in just a second. I use previous day's range, where I can see previous day high and low. very, very key spots. I use this gap fill indicator, and then I use the orb or the IB, and I use the one. All these are from Edgeful, and so I use this one orb by levels. I like this one because, as you can see, based on the size here, it's giving us that same range. So like from 0 to 0 is the actual orb. This is half of this range away. This is 1, so 1 full range here. So if this is, $2 on SPY, this would be basically another $2, right? But it goes by percentages. All right, so that's the main indicators on this cowboy is previous day's range, gap fill, and orb or IB. Orb or IB, either one, you can adjust it, doesn't matter, by levels. All of those are included in Edgeful. If you have Edgeful, one package, you get all the data reports, you get all this, you get the what's in play, you get all this right here, plus all of these indicators. So like if I actually pull this up and go to invite only, you can see there's tons of indicators from Edgeful that I don't even use. I'm glad we got that trim at 600. I still think we're going to break here. On my other chart setup, on this chart setup right here, I use a 9 and 21 EMA, which is yellow is 21, blue is 9. That's just EMA on a 5-minute chart. I also here, let me turn off drawings real fast so we can see this. My drawings. All right, so let me show you these. Let me turn the other ones off. Okay, so there's your EMAs. I use 9 and 21. Let me hide those. I use VWAP. Here's VWAP, and this is just one standard deviation outer band that I use right there. Then I use the orb from Edgeful over there. This is on my futures chart. This is the normal orb, and it has the retracement lines with the midpoints and stuff, so I do keep an eye on those. And then I use pivot points. Pivot points are calculations based on previous day. You can see that's where our pivot point is. You see S1, R1, R2. That's based on previous day's price action. It's mathematically calculated, and it's there's reactions to those levels all the time on futures. So I'm always paying attention to that. So that's my main indicators that I use. There's plenty of other ones that sometimes I use situationally, but that's essentially the main ones I use. And then I have this one from Paper Gains, my good friend Paper Gains, NFP levels, non-farm payroll. That's a whole nother conversation. That's what this line is right here. This is based on Friday. We get the NFP data again. That is a massive data print in the market. It creates technical levels in the market. There's a whole system based on that Paper Gains teaches and is created. And then this indicator, full disclosure, because I've worked with him and known him for quite a while, I don't pay for the indicator, but it's worth paying and not having to draw for it to be 100% honest. Lux Algo is the one that produces it, so that is what that is. It's not an Edgeful one. I've actually talked to Andre, and I'm actually going to look and see if we can get it included in Edgeful, to be 100% honest. So we'll see what happens. So that's for you, Cowboy. Very, very welcome. Let's see what we've got. Okay, you made 500 on 4 accounts done for the day, 400 away from passing 2. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. But what you said, be done for the day. When you say you're done for the day, be done for the day. Use that lockout feature. Use the X in the top of your screen. Be done for the day like you say you are, and come back for the next trade. Don't come back later in the day, take a poor trade, and give back some profits. Lock it in. Lock it in. Oh, awesome. Hey, man, that's what we're here for, right? We want to educate people. I want to show people like a look into what I do, how I trade, and then let me adjust this real fast. All right. Sorry, I need to move my stop up, which I did move my stop up to like right here, like 555. I could leave it under 550, but I just want to lock in more profit. I've got almost all my trims. I've only got like one trim spot I'm really looking for left, but we took this from 50. We got 50 points here. I'm seeing if we can get 70, and then if we can get 100 would be fantastic. That's basically full move. But definitely locking this in. Okay, pivot points. I think I discussed this a little bit. I think I hit it a little bit. Essentially, the pivot points is like a midpoint. Then you have S1, S2, R1, R2, which means support 1, support 2, and resistance 1, resistance 2. It's just based on ranges. It's just calculated based on the high, the low, and the close, like open close price. And then you start doing like +1 standard deviations. It's mathematically calculated. What the important thing you need to know is you get reactions around those levels on pivot points. That's what I care about. Somebody is exiting or entering there, so I'm going to also exit or enter there, and I'm going to use it with other confluence to see what I can see. All right, great questions. I love the crowd participation this morning. This is absolutely fantastic. We're having a great day. For those that maybe joined a little bit late, I'm not at my normal setup, as you can see. I did drop a if you go to my my personal X page, I sent you guys. I posted a picture of what I'm working with here. What are we doing? What? You know what? We're gonna put on the Puerto Rican hat this morning. Shout out Puerto Rico, being a great host. Shout out Puerto Rico. Here we go. Boom. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Boom. There we go. All right. So this is a good look here, by the way. Look at this. We held that 575. KB, you bought it? Okay. I feel like it's an easy buy here, and you risk basically the same thing I did. Yeah, I think we're fine. Possible rejection. I think we're going to break this, though. Remember the stat? Remember the stat was solid. SPY IB breakout, 76% chance on SPY. Are any of the big names, are any of these names recovering? Meta's previous day high. That's a good sign to come back to previous day high, but it needs to hold. We're starting to fade on some of these big names. Making me a little bit nervous there, KB. We're Google. I'm trying to turn around. Apple was down on some bad news. Let's see if it. There's so many that just like headwinds to this. Ooh, look, Amazon. Amazon. People are worried about this. There's earnings on Thursday for Amazon, and people are worried about this. See if we hold 60, 70, that area. Broadcom's still doing okay. What's Tesla? That's a bullish engulfing on Tesla here. See if this candle can hold on. We need some of these big names to start participating, though. What do our sectors look like? Chips are up decently. SMH is the semiconductors. Tech is slightly green. Consumer discretionary is going to beat up. A lot of that's Amazon. Amazon and Tesla are a big piece of this, so that makes sense. Energy's okay. Banks are good. Real estate, interesting. Materials are down. Communications are way down. There's so many earnings going on. And Amazon reports, as I was saying, Amazon reports tomorrow afternoon. And so far, Amazon has AWS, right? Big cloud data provider. KB added a little on the dip. Okay, KB, I see you. Look, yesterday it was the 620. This is the big spot, the 620s. And then 650, I think, was decent area. And then that obviously couldn't get past that, like 680 up there, that area. But if we get over that, KB, I want this next fib 747. You see R1's way up here, 770. This is also where that gap fill was we talked about last week that we finally got. And yeah, it's some confluence there. I don't know if we can do that. It depends how much they start buying the dip on some of these bad earnings. Plus, we gotta watch out for Trump tweet. Gold is moving. What's gold doing? Remember, I want SPY to break this. Remember, gold. Oh yeah, gold is pumpy. Ooh, oil's getting a turnaround off of something too. Now we sit and wait. We need an indicator called the Trump Lotto. Yeah, we definitely do. What's up, ZJ? Yeah, PR. Shut up, PR. They've been great to me down here. It's been a fun little spot. Hopefully I can make it to the beach at some point. Maybe I get done today in time. Here we go, KB. Our longs are longing. Let's go. Let's break that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, PR. We get the PR. I bought this hat when I was buying some groceries the other night. I will burn, so I need this. I expect this to break. I'm going to take a nice victory lap when this gap fills up here. Knock on wood. It's definitely a different vibe living down here. I can see that being a little bit of a different vibe. It's pretty cool though. People are super nice. So many cultures and stuff down here. A lot of people, obviously, with the tax benefits for some, U.S. citizens, and it still is, technically the U.S. So I get it. I'm enjoying my time out here for sure. We cannot get over that 600. Come on. We need one more. We need a push. We need something to give us a push, honestly, at this point. Something to give us a push. Oh, me. Oh, me. Oh, my. We'll see if Andre wants to come on. See what Andre's doing. I am not trading on TradingView. I execute on a different broker, which I have on the TV screen up here above me. It's no big secret, but once again, just being respectful since I'm not promoting any certain prop firm or brokerage. But if you go to my personal account, you should know pretty quickly what it is. Yeah, KB, I think we should at least, we're gonna break one side of that IB, right? One side or the other. Now, do we just reject and fall straight back in? That's definitely a high probability. You know, there's not a whole lot in the market that just tells me, I mean, the tariff stuff has calmed down, but the earnings haven't been great. So it's kind of like, what's the market really want to do? Kind of probably going to wait and see Qualcomm and ARM report today. And then we have Amazon tomorrow, Cloudflare. So it'll be interesting. You're headed out, KB? KB, thanks for stopping by. Great trading this morning. I love having the confluence. You were long a couple times. I think you hit one trade way better than I did from that second long at the pivot point. So beautiful trades there. Nice scalp on this trade when you took it there off of about 80s. You got back to 600, another 20 points. Great job. As always, guys, any of y'all hit me up anytime in my DMs. I try to be as helpful as I can when I have time. If I don't get back to you, if I miss it, just bump me sometime. I'll get back to you. Sometimes I've got so much going on, right, between spaces and Discord and trading, executing, you know, all kinds of stuff. I definitely get stretched on the bandwidth sometimes. I did not understand the last piece of Skynet. There are differences in brokers, obviously. Fee structure, margin requirements, you know, different things like that. It all depends what you're trading. I will say this: if you trade futures, I would recommend a pure futures broker of some kind. A pure futures broker. So if you are trading like your personal account on futures, look at something that that is mainly focused on futures, whether it's like a Ninja, Trade of 8, if it's Quantower or Iron Beam, or what else is there out there? There's several of them, right? There's one that's not even come to mind, but either way, so basically, if you trade futures, I would look at that. If you're trading a lot of things, or if you're like swinging futures type of stuff, like, yeah, you're fine in a one of these other brokers that offers it. Obviously, options, there's all kinds of stuff. I don't really have like a certain preference that I throw out there on brokerages. I do more my active trading on futures anyway, so most of my options trading and equity trading is day by day. Look, we're still getting bought up here. This is looking beautiful. Like I said, I think this is going to break. Let's go break this. Okra, that's the deal breaker? The deal breaker is okra? Get back to my big screen here. Okra was the deal breaker for you. It's interesting. Corn cob. Yes, come on, give this. Come on, bounce back. Let's cheer for it. Let's manifest it in our brains. Chad. Awesome. Hope you have a great day, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for everyone to stop by. That's so funny. Corn cob. He said no okra. Come on, new high. Give it to me. Can we get this new high? Come on, we got to break that IB. Before the stream ends, we got to break this IB. All right. Asher, hit up Gav and tell him Gav actually bought me this hat. Shout out Gav. He bought me this hat. He took me he has a car, so he took me down to get me some groceries. We picked up some groceries and stuff. Hey, look, if I'm at the beach, I gotta have a hat like this every time. Here we go, new highs. Come on, break and go. Let's go, break this. We said this was gonna break. We knew the stats. We played it to a T. What a morning. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it. What do we do? We need to go get some pitorro de coco and listen to some plena. Okay. At nighttime, I've been waiting to hear this rana. They keep saying they keep telling me this rana. There it is. I got my next trim. Boom, 620, 70-point trade. Boom. Basically full target. I'm runners only now. If we can go, like I said, if we get a 100-point trade. It may be an early day for me. I may walk down the street to the beach. What an absolute banger. Fill that gap, Spy. What a candle. There it is. New high of day. Bounce back. You manifested it for us. Shout out to Bounce Back. Shout out to you, brother. Or sister. Come on, Spy, fill this gap. Make my day. Whoa, what's up, my man? MMA pickers in the house. What is up, brother? So good to see you. Thanks for stopping by the stream, my man. Keep doing what you're doing too. I love checking out your content. If y'all don't know, so Karate Combat. If you haven't checked out Karate Combat, go check that out. But my man, MMA pickers. UFC, this guy's so knowledgeable on everything. Appreciate you stopping by the stream. If you love combat sports, check out my man MMA Pickers on X. Check him out on YouTube as well. Appreciate you stopping by. The beard is the beard. I need a haircut, to be honest. Maybe a little beard trim would be nice, but I'm going to open my door back up, guys. I closed the door because this truck was so loud in here, but I need that fresh breeze. There we go. Is that too loud? Now the guy's got a power saw going. It doesn't bother me, but I know y'all can hear that on the stream. I don't want that to come through on the stream. We'll wait a few more minutes, but it is nice there. Trying to learn something useful. Hey, you would be a real menace. Trading. So, look, let me just say this. This is a point for anyone. Look at that beautiful trim we hit there at 620 at that main target. This is an orb day. This falls back in. Just FYI, let's get some analysis going here before we look. I still want this gap to fill. We didn't quite get there, but we did break that orb. But also, we broke it here. Like I said, there was a. Let's look at this. So, two things to unpack here real fast, and then I'll hit MMA pickers. The stat on the IB, that's the first hour of the market. So the first hour of the market, you're going to break one side at least 82% of the time. So if you see no break, happened 1 out of 125 days here. 1 out of 125 days. And if I jump to SPY, literally 0 out of 126 days. Zero times does it not break one side or the other. So what I do is I look at this and I say, okay, here's my low and my high of that first hour. We were getting bought up down here. We were pushing this way. I said, okay, we're going to break one side or the other. This looks bullish. We look like we're going to break this side. This gap has an 82% chance or whatever it was to fill, 83, I think. Okay, that's the direction I want to be in. So I'm taking multiple data confluence. I'm going in that direction. Sure enough, we get that break. Let's see if we can get the gap fill. That would be the cherry on top at this point. And obviously just price action. Use these bottom wicks, this bottom wick, and then this candle right here was like, okay, yeah, let's go get it. Now, next piece here, double break. So that would mean breaking. So the rest of the day, since we broke this one, this only has a 23% chance that we break this at this point today. Because we broke the upper side, this is basically a strong low in my opinion now. QQQ, same way. This low right here is a strong low because we broke the high of the IB. Let's look at the stats behind it. If I go to QQQ, there's only a 16% chance. 16.8. So that means this right here, this level getting touched and broken today is now, you take the trade 100 times, it's only going to work 16. I don't like those odds. I want to stay away from that. So even if I do find a short setup today, my targets are here. My target is not down here because that is a low probability of happening. Very, very low probability. So let's piece together the data. Let's trade in the right direction. And as you can see, there was a lot of people. I mean, this looked bad in the morning, right? This candle that we had in the morning, this looked bad. And then when it came back rejected hard here, it looked bad at the moment. But the bias from the data told me I should be long, and look what happened. Boom, new high of day, all of it broke. We are sitting pretty in this long trade. MMA pickers, let me finish this point too. There is so much discipline, and that's what we see. A lot of those UFC fighters are very very disciplined. The most successful ones are the ones that are the most disciplined. We're seeing that, all those Daggy fighters, right? They're all super disciplined. That is what trading has to have. If you can be super disciplined, patient, calm, control emotions, you have a chance to be very, very successful trading. So I think you would actually be a menace if you got into this. I think you would be very, very good. 49, what's up, brother? I see you, 49, down in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Blaze said it's the Minx raid. That was like a Minx. This was a Minx candle, just out of nowhere. She probably said hello right here to everyone in the morning, and just poof. Watch out for that. How do you what percent? So Morris, if you're asking how do I know what percent it is, so I'm going over here to Edgeful. This is they're the ones running this stream. They're the sponsor of the stream. I partner with them. I absolutely love this product. I use it all day, every day. I'm not here just promoting their product. I fully use this every single day. And if you look here, I can pull up. So the first place I love to land on Edgeful is right here, what's in play. And we are coming right into 2 hours, so I'll finish up here in just a minute or two. Looks like I'm going to get stopped out of the rest of this trade here pretty soon. My stop, I just put right under that 560. So we'll see if it holds there. I really don't care what happens. I'm just down to runners now. We've locked it in. So I can't put, my stop is right here, right here. So if we come back down here, I'm tempted to buy this again, but I've got the bulk of my move. I made a nice trade. I'm not going to over push. I'm not going to reset risk here. I'm just going to leave it. So just for that. Now I land here on what's in play. I can look at gap fill stats, gives me a bias down here. I can look at these different things, opening candle. I can look at previous day's range, which we have not touched either side right now. There's so many things that I can look at with my analysis, and everyone has different things. So I'm looking at these. And then from there, for example, the gap fill one. So this is the one I was talking about from the very beginning here. Let me go to SPY. So right here, if I can actually click and go to the report. You can find all these reports. So if you go over here and you look at all the reports they have. Lot of data and stuff there. So this is keeping me updated with what's going on, the size of the gap. This is where, so in general, when you gap down on SPY, 63% of the time you fill. If we go by size, what size is that gap? How big is that gap? What are the odds based on the size of the gap? It's 83% chance we go fill based on the size of the gap. So I'm just taking these, I'm using pieces of confluence here to put with what I'm seeing. Today's Wednesday, right? Yes, today's Wednesday. On Wednesdays in general, SPY, when it gaps down on Wednesdays, it fills the gap 83% of the time. That's a strong data point as well there. So that's where I'm building the confluence around this. QQQ, let's see what QQ stats were. I'm just curious. Let me see, click on QQQ over here. Let's take a look at QQQ. So QQQ on Wednesdays, 83% chance as well on Wednesdays. So pretty strong there. The size of the gap on QQQ was bigger. We looked at this right at the beginning of the stream. So if anybody missed it, the size of the gap was 0.52. So I came down here, I adjusted that to this. Here's the range, right? Based on a gap down, which is what we did. We opened down, we opened below. So gap up is when you open above. So there's the example for that. I was seeing if they had an example on gap down. But this is only a 50-50. Only a 50-50. So for QQQ, I don't have anything strong that we're going to break this up here. And this is what KB was worried about earlier, by the way. KB said, is this a range day? But we got the wick out of the IB. So we got that data print, that data set, that probability has played out now. If we come back in and we just do this today, that's what he's talking about, a range day. I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. Uh-oh. Am I back? The internet is trying to keep up with all the stuff I'm pulling from it with this trading. Obviously, I don't have my fiber internet here because I'm in an Airbnb. But hopefully you guys can hear me. Am I back? Are we good? All right. Let me answer a couple last questions here. I am going to get out of here, guys. I'm probably going to get stopped out of the trade. That's just fine. I'm not going to take it again. I'm going to take a little break, probably jump on Spaces, talk about some good stuff. All right. Morris said you tried doing a year ago. Felt like I was gambling. Yeah. So that's the biggest issue, right, Morris? I'll say this to everyone. If you give me 10 people, I think I could take 8 of them and teach them how to do technical analysis on a chart, right? Teach them how to look at trades and learn to trade. And of the 8 of 10 people, I would say probably 6 or 7 of them are actually going to be good at it. Like they're going to be able to figure it out and do most of the technical analysis. I honestly believe that. The problem is, of that 6, 7, 8 people out of 10 that can learn the first step, which is, doing technical analysis, entering, taking trades, I would say probably only 2 to 3 of those people actually have what it takes mentally and emotionally to be able to handle trading and to control those emotions. And sometimes it just takes a while to figure that out. Sometimes it is what it is, right? Sometimes you just can't. Let's see if I get stopped out of the trade here. Still in for now. But yeah, so the point here is most people can't handle the emotional side of things. And it's the greed, it's the stuff like that. That's where most people fail. I think pretty much anyone with the right work, the right mindset can start to figure it out. But that's really the challenge and really the next step that you have to work on. Once you start figuring out the trading, it's, you see it going up, you're like, okay, but it could go up more, and you don't take the base hit. You don't take the win, and you don't have risk management. The other side is people see things going down against them and they just get scared and close because they don't have any type of thesis, or they just hold it forever and just let it burn and blow up the account because they don't understand. I need to have some type of thesis. If I enter a trade, where is my idea invalidate? So if I enter here and I'm looking for it to go here, at what point down here does it invalidate? And what point does it go up? And where's my roadmap going? I don't want to just hold forever. I need to have some targets. Yeah, misclicks, all that stuff happens. It is part of it. All right, guys. Thanks everyone that tuned in this morning. I'm back on Friday morning, same place, right here from Puerto Rico. We're gonna have we'll have another great day. We had a great morning. I don't know how many total points we got. I'll look at it, but I know we got 70 something on this last trade. One of the first trades we had probably 50, I think, like that. So I know we had over 100, probably. Oh, we got another 50 point in the middle. Yeah, so we easily had 150, 200 points this morning. It was a great morning. Thanks, everybody that tuned in. I appreciate all of y'all. Check out Edgeful. Make sure you follow Wolf Financial. Follow myself, Imp Maximiliano, EMP Maximiliano. I'm always doing content. I'm always doing trading. I'm all over the place. But I appreciate it. Appreciate everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Check me out all over the place. Honestly, I got a lot of stuff. Today, conversations, tomorrow, everything like that. But on Friday morning, right back here, same place, same time, 15 minutes before the open. I will see you guys then. Later, everyone. Take care. Hope you have a great and profitable day.